Hi, what is human capital? Do you want to find out more about human capital? Do you want to find out what are the 3 priorities to you as an HR leader? If yes, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Dickson, and today in this video I want to talk to you about human capital, right? What is human capital? Now some of you may ask me, hey Dickson, why this is important and why do you want to talk about it? Okay. Well, for me, I'm a keynote speaker on creative leadership and also on creative human capital. A lot of time I often got asked this question, hey Dickson, what exactly is human capital, right? And so I thought maybe just create one video to talk about what is human capital and what are the 3 HR priorities to you and what are the 3 things you need to focus on as an HR leader. Right? So what exactly is human capital and what are the 3 things you need to focus on? Okay, coming up soon. Okay, so before I talk about the 3 things you need to focus on, maybe let's look at the definition of human capital. For me, I will look at the OECD definition. So OECD is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and it defines human capital as the knowledge, skills, competence, and attribute embodied in individuals that facilitate the creation of personal, social, and economic well-being. Okay, now looks like a very simple definition, but it outlines 3 things you need to focus on, if you're an HR leader. Number 1 is the personal well-being. Number 2, social well-being. Number 3, economic well-being. So what does that mean to you as an HR leader is you need to focus on these 3 things, the 3 types of well-being. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is the personal well-being. So personal well-being, what does that mean? That means you as an HR leader, you need to take care of the employees or the workforce, personal well-being. Now specifically under this personal well-being, there are 3 things. I call it PME. Okay, P stands for physical. That means you need to make sure that your workforce, they are physically fit. That is part of this personal well-being. So they need to be physically fit. And secondly, M stands for mental. So you need to make sure the workforce is mentally strong, mentally sound. So that's just the second thing under this personal well-being. The third one, E, what I call it the emotional. So you need to make sure that the workforce is emotionally stable, under this personal well-being umbrella. So that is the first thing you need to focus on, is to make sure that your workforce, they are of good personal well-being. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the social well-being. Social well-being means you as HR leader, you need to make sure that your organization is doing something good to the society, not doing harm to the society. So what does that mean, by making sure that your organization is of good social well-being. So what does that mean is you need to direct the organization, you need to allocate the human capital into the social well-being. So on that note, you need to make sure that your organization is addressing the ESG initiative, the environmental, social, and governance initiative. Make sure that your organization is adding value to the society, to the community. So that's the second thing, is about social well-being. What's the third thing? The third thing is what we call the economic well-being. Economic well-being means your organization need to continuously to make money to be commercially viable. So that is to make sure that your workforce, your organization is of good economic well-being. So what does that mean is you need to channel your human capital into the high growth area, in the high growth area of the new product, new services, and new processes, so that your organization will continue to enjoy growth. Okay, so let's recap. So what's the recap? What is human capital and what are the 3 things you need to focus on? human capital, according to OECD, basically is the knowledge, skills, competence, and attributes embodied in individuals, right, that facilitate the creation of personal, social, and economic well-being. So on that note, right, you as an HR leader, you need to focus on three things. The first is your employees, your workforce, personal well-being. Okay, so specifically, they need to be like physically fit, mentally sound, and emotionally stable. And secondly is you need to make sure that your organization is of good social well-being. Right? That means your organization contribute to the society. And number three is you need to make sure that your organization is of good economic well-being. That means your organization and your workforce, right, they can enjoy the business growth, right? They can benefit from the economic well-being. Okay. So once again, this is Dickson, and I hope this sharing about what is human capital is something useful to you. If you like this video, share with your friends and colleagues. Once again, this is Dickson. Embrace human capital. Cheers.